Cliff Hambleton here with Hambleton Transportation. We just finished up the second quarter of 2025, so I thought I would check back in with you guys with another finances video, let you guys know how I did this quarter. I do want to say once again that I'm not doing this video as a comparison or anything like that. I want everybody to run their business the way they want to. I love running my own business. I love having a trucking company. I enjoy driving. I just want anybody who is thinking about doing it, maybe this gives you the inspiration that you need to pull the trigger and go ahead and do it. So as you'll see, the second quarter was about the same as the first as far as making money. This year has just not really taken off like I thought it would. But we still have 6 months to go, so maybe the second half of the year will be better. And with all that said, I think I'll get right into it. I'm going to do this video the same as I did the last video. If you didn't see that video, I did a first quarter finances video. I will put the link in the description. I'm not going to get into as much description of each of the categories as I go through. If you want a further description of it, go watch the first video. I kind of break everything down in that one. So without further ado, I will get into our expenses for this quarter. Alright, second quarter 2025. Total miles driven for the second quarter 2025 are 21,635. Our expenses for fuel, we spent $16,346.30. Medical insurance was $939. Truck insurance was $4,141.69. Business insurance, $191.49. Our lease payments for the truck were $15,646.69. Repair and maintenance costs, $416.65. Load boards, $133.56. Truck parking, $630. Our phone bill for the business, $683.55. Equipment purchases, $92.62. Our permits came in at $9,329.55 for the second quarter. Tolls were $792.68. Miscellaneous category, I had $3,899.17. Hotels were $2,207.49. Meals on the road, $443.10. Office supplies were $66.16. Our loan payments for the trailer came out to $3,726.48. And our idle loan payments came out to $858. So all of that together, our total expenses for the quarter were $60,544.18. All right, so that's the expense side. Income side, for all the loads we hauled, we made $75,876.13. So a couple comparisons between the first quarter and the second quarter. We definitely made more gross in the second quarter by over $16,000. So our income for the first quarter was $59,174.96. Second quarter, we were all the way up to $75,876.13. So that's a big jump. That puts our rate per mile, our gross rate per mile. First quarter, we were at $3.06. Second quarter, we went up to $3.51. So that's definitely a move in the right direction. Unfortunately, our expenses also went up in the second quarter. So first quarter we had expenses of $45,656.55. Our expenses in the second quarter were $60,544.18. So that went from $2.36 a mile up to $2.80 a mile. Fuel definitely cost us, and I will talk about this for a little bit. This truck had to be spec'd a certain way with PacLease, and unfortunately I don't know if they are as concerned with fuel mileage as I am. I know that it can really make a difference if you get half a mile per gallon. Even a few tenths can really make a difference on your bottom line. Unfortunately, when I did my fuel tax IFTA for this quarter, the truck is only getting like 3.7 miles per gallon pulling heavy like this. So pretty disappointed with that. I was hoping that it would get better fuel mileage than that. The other big thing in this is the way that truck lease payments kind of panned out as to when I was paying them throughout the month. I think I actually got an extra payment into the second quarter. So the lease payments went from like $11,500 in the first to $15,500 in the second. So that should even back out in the third quarter, so that should help. Our permit cost was a lot more. I think we pulled a lot heavier stuff, which would also explain the fuel mileage. But that costs more for the permits. Looking through here, I think those are the major differences. But you can track, it's about 3,000 more in fuel, almost 3,500, and then the lease payment, that's another $4,000 in additional expense, and then our permits, we spent another $3,500 there. So that is the difference in the expenses. Hopefully some of that will be evened out in the third quarter. Some trends, I like where our rate per mile is going, our gross. It means that rates are coming up, which is a good sign. Hopefully that will continue throughout the rest of the year. So those are the differences between first quarter and second quarter. Now I want to go over totals for the year. Alright, so totals for the year so far. So far this year, I've driven 40,972.8 miles. I'm just quickly going to go through our expenses so far for the year. Fuel, $29,172.47. Medical insurance, $18.78. Truck insurance, $78.16.15. Business insurance, $382.98. Truck lease payments, $27,159.61. Repair and maintenance, $611.84. Load boards, $267.12. Truck parking, $12.60. Our cell phone service, $1391.93. Equipment purchases, $1351.38. Permits, $15,036.75. Tolls, $1421.34. Miscellaneous, $4537.22. Hotels, $4082.47. Meals, $611.82. Office supplies, $131.26. Our trailer payments, $74.78.38. And our idle loan payment at $17.16. For total expenses of $106,200.73, or $259 a mile. Our total income for the year so far is $135,051.09, or $3.30 a mile. And that means that our net income, so that's total income minus our expenses, comes out to $28,850.36, or 70 cents a mile. So in going over these numbers, the year just hasn't been as good as I thought it would be. I am seeing some positive trends though. I like that my rate per mile, my gross, is coming up. If we can try to cut back on some of those expenses, maybe we can get our net up a little bit. 70 cents a mile doesn't seem like a whole lot for all the work and the equipment costs and the risk you take in doing this kind of work. All right, guys, so that's our second quarter review and kind of an idea of where we are for the year. Hopefully, things keep heading the right direction the rest of the year and we can make a little more money in the third and fourth quarter. If you have any questions about any of this, or if you have any questions about getting into trucking and what kind of costs you can expect, leave a comment down below. Again, I will put a link in the description for the first quarter finances video, and I will put out another one when we're done with the third quarter and we can see where we're going. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe to the channel. We're really making a run toward 1,000, so I'm excited about that. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and getting us about there. If we can get to 1,000, hopefully I can get when I get to 1,000 I can get monetized, and then maybe I can invest some of that into better equipment. Maybe I can get another camera or some better mounts and stuff. As you can see, I'm not making a whole lot in trucking, so I do want to put the money back into YouTube as I make it, to make the channel better. So yeah, maybe some new mounts, or eventually I'd like to get a drone and get some drone shots going. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.